you mistrust? Love's gone behind.
Good morning, Boro. I'm your host, Jordan Thomas.
And I'm your co-host, Kiara Riddick.
Professors and students alike both shared and learned significant information regarding the lives of particular Jewish women throughout the 19th century up to present day. Called Pioneers, Activists, and Warriors, Jewish Women in the Struggle for Social Justice, the presentation was held in room 101 of Hendricks Hall on Monday, March 25th from 3 p.m. to after 4 p.m. with research conducted by student Nicole Hitzstrasser. According to JOUR, a professor in the History, Politics, Language, and Cultures department, she chose this topic because the history of Judaism and its people have been fraught with persecution for at least 2,000 years, and that the Jewish woman have been at the forefront for the fight of women's equality, along with issues such as reproductive freedom and social justice. Hedy Lamarr, an actress and inventor, was her first example, whose history was expanded on through the words of a student and through a video near the end. One of her breakthroughs was designing a radio system regarding torpedoes during World War II that could not be tracked or jammed. An updated version of this was actually implemented through the U.S. Navy in the early 1960s. Launched by Latessa Black and the Academic Success Center, Boro Navigators is a peer mentoring program designed to help at-risk freshman students adjust to college life. The program identifies at-risk freshman students as first-generation, Pell Grant eligible, students of color, out-of-state and region, or commuter. Black explained that these specific populations were being targeted because of the retention rates at the university and the positive effect changes had made. However, the demographics of the students that are in this program are not as high. The application to apply to be a Boro Navigator is currently available on the My Student Employment tab on My Edinboro. Participants will be confiscated. Applicants should have at least a 2.5 GPA, be involved with an on-campus club or organization, and then all be a role model figure that students can look up to. In late January, Edinboro University announced the construction of a new 5-year plan led by the campus's Strategic Planning Committee. The strategic plan that the university was operating under previously had been conducted by former university president Dr. Julie Woolman and ended last year. She was quoted saying, "Early on, we decided to follow pretty much what the state system is looking at in their strategic overview of the state system as a whole. Under university success, the focus is fiscal well-being, auxiliary operations, which include on-campus housing in the dining halls, and overall university climate and culture." In light of Edinboro University celebrating the 100-year anniversary of the art department this fall, the 2019 homecoming will have an art theme. Students were given 3 specific concepts to choose from in the email this past month: 100 years of art, art and innovation, and lastly, the masters. A final theme for Homecoming 2019 hasn't been announced. However, there'll be another opportunity for Edinboro students to appreciate the arts next homecoming. There will be several alumni exhibits you won't want to miss, along with 30 additional exhibits in the Bates Student Gallery to celebrate the anniversary. For coverage of the 2019 homecoming and festivities, stay tuned to Edinboro Campus Media, ETV, The Spectator, and WFSE. Speaking of, The Spectator is looking for new writers interested in writing for the topics of news, art, sports, or voices. Photographers and graphic designers are also welcome to join. If interested, email eupnews.spectator@gmail.com. Meetings are held on Tuesdays at 5 p.m. in Compton Hall 102. And as we approach April Fool's Day, this week's person on the street asked the question, what's your favorite April Fool's joke or prank you played on someone?
Back in my sophomore year, we command stripped all my roommate's stuff to his ceiling.
You see, my brother, he got on my computer and he took a picture of my desktop with all the icons and everything. And then he replaced my desktop with that image, so that whenever I got on my computer and tried clicking on icons, nothing would happen, of course, 'cause I'm just clicking a picture as opposed to the icons themselves. So I thought I broke the computer, and he made me think I'd have to replace the entire thing.
I don't know,
So when I was younger, I used to always love pranking my little brother and my dad by tying a hair tie around the sink so they would get sprayed when they turned the water on.
Sophomore year, I pranked my roommate. I filled her entire room with balloons.
One of my favorites would definitely have to be taking a roll of bubble wrap and placing it underneath the carpet. So whenever somebody would have to walk across it, it would just sound like you're walking on bubble wrap and you'd have no idea where the noise was coming from.
That one where they'll go, oh, your fly is undone. And then they'll be like, April Fools.
Okay, now I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to head over to here for some sports information.
Join Campus Media, take 3. Action.
All right, everyone, let's get this all cleared up. I would never tell you to join Campus Media, even if I was in a commercial for Campus Media. I mean, even if you were watching me live, right now, I wouldn't tell you to join, no matter what that cue card says.
Just say what's on the cue card.
No.
This is your DJ.
Even when I'm hosting my own radio show, making podcasts, or even playing my favorite songs live on air, I still wouldn't tell you to join Campus Media. Even when I'm writing, editing, and even taking photos for the campus newspaper, I still wouldn't tell you to join Campus Media. Even when I'm at a live sporting event and I'm catching all of this epic footage, I still wouldn't tell you to join Campus Media. But even when I'm in a room filled with Campus Media members and they're all wearing their super cool Campus Media t-shirts, I still wouldn't tell you to join. I would ask you, do you want to join Campus Media? Good morning, Boro. Kiera here, giving you the Edinboro sports updates of the week. Beginning fall 2019, Edinboro will launch its varsity eSports program. Edinboro is looking for players ready to challenge the most competitive gamers in the world on our new team. Led by director Chris Rhodes, Edinboro's team will be one of fewer than 100 eSports programs in the country, and the only one in Western Pennsylvania. Why eSports at Edinboro? Well, eSports builds on our national ranked academic programs like gaming and virtual world development, as well as animation, the chance to be a part of this team and compete against some of the top gamers in the world. A mentally challenging experience in gameplay and strategy. The opportunity to participate in an innovative and growing sports trend. Reporter Bo Bruno interviewed eSports director Chris Rhodes.
Good Morning America had Ashland on their program on a Thursday morning. They announced they were going to be doing Fortnite. By Monday, they had 1,500 applications. We're the only school in the area. The closest is Akron, Ashland. Harrisburg. There's a couple schools in New York, but they're doing it more on a club level. But so as a varsity sport, we're the only one in the state of in the PSAC system for the state of Pennsylvania. We're part of NACE, which is the National Association of Collegiate Esports. So we set up our schedule through them. So depending on the different games that we're going to be doing, the different tournaments, we're going to be able to play teams online. We're League of Legends. CSGO, Fortnite, looking at doing Apex, Hearthstone, then picking up a couple other games here and there that are starting to become a little bit more popular. And Overwatch, obviously, Smash Brothers, those types of things. I have a binder of close to 200 that are interested in being on the esports team. That's including people on campus as well as off campus. I think it's something new. It's something innovative. I think that it branches out in so many different areas. I talked with the department chair of the music department who is looking at scoring music for video games. Obviously the way it ties in, like I said before, with our game design, computer animation, but within our marketing. There's a lot of jobs that can come about through this. Event planning, the finance side, the marketing side. I mean, there's just so many different avenues, and there's reports out there that that people watched the League of Legends final. There were more people watching that than there was watching the Super Bowl and March Madness combined. So it's such a big growing industry that's worldwide that we can connect with all sorts of people.
I was one of those.
Sky's the limit. You know, I mean, we're the first one in the state system to do it. It's something that, you know, I'm a competitive person by nature. This isn't something I just wanted to do just to do it. I think that, you know, I've always said to the gamers, looking at me, I'm not a big gamer. I'm a recreational type. But so I want to keep the integrity of the gaming society, and I want to be good. I want us to be the best that we can be. I know that we've gotten some great support with our administration, and that, you know, they're going to provide us with an environment that's going to be one of the top-notch computer labs, training centers, not just in the state of Pennsylvania, but in the country. And to me, that's the exciting thing, that we have a lot of value going into this. We're going to have a lot of value coming out of it as well.
All right, guys, that's all for sports this week. Up next is Courtney with the weather right after this commercial break.
Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference.
Oh, what a play.
18 universities.
How competitive is this?
23 championships.
It's over. We have new PSAC champs.
7,100 student athletes. Make the PSAC yours.
My PSAC is passion.
My PSAC is pride.
PSAC is Pennsylvania.
Passion, pride, Pennsylvania. The Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference.
Good morning, Boro. Courtney Balcom here again to bring you all your weather updates. Today we have a high of 90 and a low of 60. As you can see, we're skipping right over spring and going straight to summer. Now, if you look towards next week, we're going to be going up and down between the 70s and 90s, except for Monday, which of course is April Fool's. Now, sorry, we had to have a little fun with you folks. I had to, unfortunately, bring you folks some sad news. Today, we will actually have a high of 47 and a low of 44. Not too bad, but it will be raining all weekend. And if we go into next week, it will be in, for the most part, the 50s, which is nicer than, I guess, this whole week. It won't be hitting the 30s too much, except mostly at night. Now, if you are looking for something to do on Friday next week, you can attend Party for the Pets, which is a dance in the Pogue Student Gym put on by a group of students for a class project, and all their proceeds will go to the Erie Humane Society, a nonprofit organization to help animals. It will cost $7 at the door, but as I said, it will benefit animals at the Erie Humane Society. But like I said, wouldn't you rather have spring instead of being 6 feet under snow? And that's all we have for weather. Up next, we will have Kira Riddick with your movie review.
Can we tell you everything about Edinboro University in just 30 seconds?
No way.
So let's just say, if you're looking for an exceptional and affordable education to build the foundations of your career success, you'll find it right here at Edinboro, where you're more than just a student. You're a fighting Scot. Schedule your visit or apply today at edinboro.edu.
Hey guys, Kiara Riddick here, giving you this week's film review. This week's film is Us, written and directed by Jordan Peele. The film starts with Lupita Nyong'o and Winston Duke, the mother and father of 2 young kids trying to have a relaxing vacation that is cut short when a family that looks exactly like them suddenly appears in their driveway.
What does I Got 5 on it mean? It's about drugs.
It's not about drugs, it's a dope song. Don't do drugs.
Get in rhythm.
Hey.
go. There you go. Can't believe how big they've got.
Did you hear Gabe got a boat?
He's kidding, right?
He's not kidding.
Hey, I think it's vodka o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
Hunted by an unexplainable and unresolved trauma from her past and compounded by a string of eerie coincidences, Adelaide, played by Lupita Nyong'o, feels her paranoia elevate to high alert as she grows increasingly certain that something bad is going to happen to her family. After spending a tense beach day with their friends, the Tylers, Adelaide and her family return to their vacation home. When darkness falls, the Wilsons discover the silhouette of 4 figures holding hands as they stand in the driveway. Us puts an endangering American family against a terrifying and uncanny opponent, doppelgangers of themselves. Of course, Peele did it again with another brilliant horror. Ever since Peele shocked filmgoers around the world with his fantastic directorial debut in Get Out, it should have been no surprise that people would be eagerly waiting around the corner for this next project. What I like most is that Peele doesn't try to repeat the formula of Get Out. Unlike the obvious clues in Get Out, Us keeps your mind busy in unpacking all of the mysteries. I give this film four stars, you guys. I give this film 4 stars. So if you guys like mysteries, this is definitely a film for you. That's all this week's film review. I'll see you next time.
This is the end of this week's show. Be sure to stay up to date with all things Boro by visiting www.edinboronow.com and checking out our Twitter and Instagram at Edinboro Now. We'll see you next week. Have a great weekend.
And we hope you guys had a great Women's History Month.
Thank you.
Yes.
And every time it rains, pennies from heaven. Shoo-be-doo-be. Don't you know each cloud contains pennies from heaven? Shoo-be-doo-be. You'll find your fortune falling all over town. Be sure that your umbrella is upside down, and tread them for a package of